Our next warm-up is Four Corners Jiu-Jitsu style. This is going to be a group warm-up. The equipment needed is you are going to need the numbers 1 through 4. Now, we have these really cool puzzle mats that have the numbers on them, but you could just take a sheet of paper and write the number 1 through 4 on each individual paper. A couple of major focus points is you want to make sure your students are moving quietly. We're going to have somebody in the middle of the mat counting to 10, hiding their eyes. So the only way that they're going to know what corner the students are in is if they're making noises. So make sure your students are very quiet while they're moving. Also, when they're doing their ninja moves such as bear crawls and army crawls and crab walks, we want to make sure that they keep their head up so that they're not hitting anybody else. Now, the ninjas must be in a corner at the end of the 10 seconds. If they're not in a corner, they're going to have to do a calisthenic. If the instructor calls the number corner that they're in, they'll also have to do a calisthenic. Finally, if you call out bear crawls and they're doing a baby crawl, they will also get called out and will have to do a calisthenic. This is a jiu-jitsu play on an incredibly popular kids game that I'm sure you played in elementary school. This is Four Corners Jiu-Jitsu style. All right, ninjas, bear crawl to a corner. Bear crawl to a corner. Go!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Corner number?
1.
Corner number 1. Lex, give me 3 jumping jacks, please. Next up, we're going to butt scoot to a corner. Go ahead, butt scoot to a corner.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Corner number?
3.
Corner number 3. Brady, Lex, 3 more jumping jacks, go! All right, last one. Let's go ahead and army crawl. Army crawl to a corner, please. Go!
1,
Army crawl.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Freeze! Corner number?
4.
Corner number 4. Kylie Ryan, give me 3 jumping jacks, please. And that is 4 corners. This is the Captain Morgan guard break into the monkey foot guard pass. Sorry, this is the Captain Morgan guard break into the monkey foot guard pass. So we've learned how to open the guard with our Captain Morgan, and there are many different ways of opening the guard, but we're going to use our Captain Morgan to take us into what we call our monkey foot. And we call it the monkey foot because your foot is going to be one of the most important details to making sure this guard pass works. So we're going to start with our Captain Morgan grips, where we put our partner's lapels together like we're holding a samurai sword, and we make sure our elbow is in. Our other hand is going to grab the inside of the gi pant. And remember, posture is very important. I want to keep my head up. If my head is down, it's very easy for my partner to grab my head and break my posture down. So we've got to keep it up. Whichever side has our samurai sword grip, we're going to take that leg and step it up. Remember that ninja detail where we take our knee and pinch it in? Don't forget to do that. Now I'm going to blast my hips and straighten my arm, and I'm going to lean with all of my weight down to open the guard. Once the guard is open, now we can pass. I'm going to take this knee and slide it down. And here's where the monkey foot comes in. I'm going to take my other knee and slide it over, hooking my foot. You guys see how my foot is hooked on his leg? This is very important. If I let my foot come out, now he can lock his guard and I'm going to have to deal with his half guard. So that monkey foot is a very small detail, but it's very important. So I slide my knee over, keeping my foot hooked. Now I'm ready to go to the side mount position. My arm's gonna slide underneath his head, and I always have to get my underhook. So this arm is gonna underhook his arm. Now notice I still have my monkey foot. I hadn't let it go yet. And that's because I haven't cleared this leg. So now I'm going to take the leg that's still stuck in guard and slide it over down to the mat. Once I've cleared the leg, now I can release my monkey foot and go to my side mount position. If you want to make this technique a little bit more fancy and advanced, you could take this leg and do a hip switch and then go to the side mount position. The number one error that we see when we're going for our monkey foot is sliding the leg completely over, okay? Now we have to worry about passing our partner's half guard. And if we just made sure we had kept that monkey foot, he wouldn't be able to do that. Another common mistake that I see is not getting your underhook. Remember, whoever wins the underhook is going to be in the better position. So if I go to pass and Coach David gets his underhook, he'll be able to come out the back. Not a good spot for me. So we've got to make sure we get our underhook when we're passing to the side. Last mistake that we see is once we're getting our underhook, you release your monkey foot before you clear this leg. And again, you're going to get stuck in half guard. So make sure you clear your leg first and then release the monkey foot. Step 1, we make our samurai sword grip. Step 2, grabbing the inside of the pant leg. Step 3, we slide our knee up, pinching our knee in, and we're going to open the guard with our Captain Morgan. Now going to our monkey foot. Step 1, I slide my knee down, and I slide the opposite knee over. I need to be very close to his body, keeping my monkey foot. Next step, arm goes under the head, and I get my underhook. Third step, I clear my leg out of the guard, and then I finish in a good base in side mount. This is the Captain Morgan to the monkey foot. The 3-man drill. This is a great drill if you have a number of students that equally divide into 3 different groups. We're going to have number 1, number 2, and number 3. For the first round, number 1 is going to stay in for the entire part of the round. They're going to start on their back in the closed guard position. Your students are going to be grappling number 1 and number 2 for 1 minute. They're free grappling. We're just starting from this position. So you have them grapple for a minute, and then number 2 is going to pop out, and number 3 is going to come in. But as each minute progresses, we're going to put them in a worse and worse position. So after this, 3 is out, 2 comes back in, and we're going to go to side mount. So notice how number 1 stays in the entire time, and they consistently get put in worse positions. After that minute, then we go to the mount. 2 is out, 3 is in. We start free grappling. If somebody gets submitted or somebody escapes the position, you continue or restart back to that position. After that, we would go to the back. So number 1 would sit up, and number 2 would take their back with the hooks and harness. Now, what's so great about this drill is that one person is getting tired over a 6 or 7 minute period, and the other 2 people are rotating them in. Once number 1 has completed their round, then number 2 would stay in, and number 1 and 3 would alternate, and then after that round, number 3 would stay in, and numbers 1 and 2 would alternate. This is a phenomenal drill that we call the 3-man or woman drill. This game is called Steal the Bacon, and it has nothing to do with bacon. All you're going to need is a ball. This is one of our students' absolute favorite games. The floor plan is you're just going to have all of your students lined up against the wall. You're going to take the ball, you're going to toss the ball out to the mat, and you're going to call 2 students' names out. Those students are going to crawl on their hands and knees or their hands and feet to get the ball, and they need to bring the ball back to you. They're not allowed to throw it, they've got to hand it to you. Now, in this process, they're allowed to grab the ball from each other, steal it from each other. They're allowed to grapple and pin each other down on the ground. But the ultimate goal is to crawl back and bring the ball back to the coach. Now, some ninja tips. If you feel comfortable with this game, we actually have 5 or 6 balls out at a time. But you also need to make sure you have other instructors out on the mat or storm team members that are able to make sure that the groups aren't hitting each other. Another ninja tip for you, for your 3- and 4-year-olds, highly recommend not having them play this with each other, but having them play this with a coach. We want to help build their confidence through these games, and this is definitely a confident building booster game. when you have them do it with an instructor. Also, at that age group, they're still learning about not taking things away from other children. So if you have them play with a coach, it's going to feel a little bit different. So this is Steal the Bacon. Check it out.
All right, everyone say, steal the bacon!
Steal the bacon!
All right, Junior Lily, go! Yay, Nas, go! Nice job, good job. Go, kid! Good. Donovan, Kevin, go! Go, go! Go, go, go! Give it to me, go, go! Let's go, Donovan. Push, push, push! Keep going, keep going. Get the ball, hand it to me, gotta hand it to me. Good, good, good. Oh, you're close, you're so close. There's a good strategy. You didn't have the ball, Kevin. Hey, give it to me, give it to me. Oh, no, Kevin. No, give it to me. Nice job, good job, guys. Awesome.